Good evening. This is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio. Do we have any, well, let's do a radio check first. Can everybody hear me?
Really good signal, Paul.
I don't mean just the signal. I mean, like on YouTube. Of course, that'll take a second to come in. I just got to make sure it's all good.
No audio yet. Oh, yeah, we got audio.
Yeah, as long as you can hear. Is it good and solid?
It's real low.
Okay, I can change that just a little bit. Well, not much. We'll see what I can do. Guess I'll have to talk louder. This is K4PW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. I will be looking for check-ins in a minute, but first of all, is there any emergency or party traffic? Nothing heard. If there was an emergency, you would have jumped in there already. Besides, I've been listening for 30 minutes or so. I'm pretty sure no emergencies exist. Emergencies can check in at any time or just break in at any time. Just make sure you to tell us where you are, what you need, and what your problem is. Especially your address would be very helpful. Hang on one second. I gotta kill some audio here. There we go. Now I'm done. I can't listen to me and talk at the same time. I'm hearing me on a delayed section there on the other PC. At any rate, for information, net may be broken anytime for an emergency. I already said that. Information on the net can be seen on YouTube right now, or you can go to my call, K4PEW, and you'll see an image of me and my bride on there. I think that's where it'll take you. Click on that, and you'll come up with what's a live video. That would be the surface of my radio. And well, it's not really the surface of the radio. It's just my analog image of the signal strength, etc., that shows up on there, as well as me. You don't have to look at me though. You can just cover that side of the screen with a black drape or something. You can also go to 146415.net for information on Simplex, little website there. You can go to groups.io and sign up for our email system. It also puts you as a formal member of the club, even if you don't have, even though you don't have to pay anything or do anything. It means you're just on the list, and you get to see all of our announcements for our nets as well as some other local nets. And also ham information. You can also use it to ask technical questions. We've got about 200 people on here, so quite a roundup of knowledgeable people here. If you can't do if that doesn't work for you, by the way, that's it. Yeah, I'll get it straight. That was at groups.io. You put in Emma JSS. That's Mike Juliet Sierra Sierra in their search block, and you'll come up with us. And then, or do either, like I said, you can either join the list or you can just look at our net schedule there. Or you can send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net. Purpose of the net is to have fun, ultimately. Uh, Here on 146.415, where we've been conducting the net on in our 11th year. We're on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 o'clock, doing that 146.415. Purpose of that is to have fun. Figure out what you can hear, what you can hear on the air, and even if you can't hear it, you'll be able to hear it on YouTube from my location if you're on the web. By the way, if you're on YouTube, hit that like button. Real important, because it helps promote Simplex. It makes other people look, and they see when YouTube algorithm sees the likes on it, it points more things to it. And usually when we get anywhere from 20 to 30 local likes, views on there, but only 3 or 4 or 5 likes. I don't know why. Just people forget, or it's too lazy to take your mouse and go over and click on the thumbs up button. Anyway, no big deal, one way or the other. We've been doing this a long time, so no big deal one way or the other. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, announcements. Don't forget the 10-meter nets on Sunday nights. Of course, our normal net on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. But the 10-meter net on Sunday nights, it's a tri-mode net on tri-mode net on 10 meters. I think I chimed out there. On 10 meters, starts out with 28.415 and goes on to FM, and then goes on to C4 FM. Only tri-mode net in the known galaxy. Of course, we're not sure about all locations. Also, don't forget you'll get another 2 reminders that I send out, but the Ham Quest, it goes on in Lebanon on July the 19th. Be there at 8 o'clock so you can catch all the bargains. It's kind of like a beg, borrow, and steal net. No, it's not really. It's just, event. It's just a fun place to be, meeting up with people you don't often see. So make sure to wear your name badge so people know who you are. Any other announcements?
KK4W.
Yes, Bill, what's up?
Hey, thanks for the shot there, helping us out there with the Ham Quest. Appreciate it. That's what I was going to bring up. Also wanted to bring up that Wilson Amateur Radio Club's having our field day this weekend, this Saturday, and we're going to be at Lester's Farms at the corner of Hartman and Coles Ferry.
Hartman and Coles Ferry. All right, very good. And that's going to start at noon on Saturday?
Yeah, it's affirmative.
Yeah, this is every year it's either on my birthday or the day. My birthday is the same day. The field day every year.
Yeah, that happens. But anybody like to come on out, check us out. And of course, we look for you at Ham Quest. We've got a pretty exciting year ahead of us. It's our 10th anniversary, and we've got some already have somewhere in the neighborhood of 70, 75 tables accounted for.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, as I had told you, I had sent out that report on how many people at least opened it. It was over 800 people that have opened it.
Yeah, that's fabulous. We really appreciate that. It really helped too, Paul. Right after it shot out there, it was just right away. We picked up tables just like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, wow, that's great. Good to know. Yeah, you said that was at Hartman and what again? Say that again.
Yeah, it's at the corner of Hartman and Coles Ferry. There's a vegetable stand there. The Lester's have a like a little country store there that's seasonal, and it's going to be right there in their facility. Right there's an open field. I guess that would be on the north west corner.
Okay, very good. Just, for those that couldn't hear Bill, even though he has a great signal, they're having a field day. The Wilson County Amateur Radio Club is having a field day event at the corner of Hartman and Coles Ferry. And of course, that starts at noon on Saturday, which is, if you've never been involved in a field day, even if you can only stay for a little while, you get like it for new hams. Get on the air if because a lot of new hams haven't been on the air on HF, but they can do that there, and they can sit and really see how much fun it can be getting on the air with practically the whole world can jump in, but mostly the United States. But anyway, if anybody's interested, make sure to go there. Coles Ferry and Hartman over near Lebanon, and get on the air. Anything else, Bill?
That'll do it. Other than another thank you to you. Appreciate all you've done. I'll be standing by here for at least the two-meter net, and if anybody has any questions, they can give me a shout. KK4WU.
Hey, keep me updated on any prizes that are going out on, so I can put it out in the other announcements. You know, the prizes are being awarded.
We'll definitely do that. Thanks, Paul.
Very good. That was Bill, KK4WU, and he is obviously pushing the Ham Fest, which is a good deal. The Ham Quest over there in Lebanon on the 19th. Don't forget, July 19th. It's pretty much close to everybody. It's a way long distance to get down there to the one in Huntsville, which is a nice Ham Fest, but it's it's not an hour and I don't know an hour and a half away, so it's kind of a pain. Besides, here you know everybody who shows up. Well, you could know everybody who shows up, or at least a lot of people. But really, it's a great place. Ham radio isn't just about radios and parts. It's about the brotherhood and sisterhood. Well, it's kind of a small group of sisterhoods, but brotherhood of hams out there. Very good. Got any more announcements? All righty. Then we shall move on to this. Like I said, this net. No, I didn't say it's net number of 1,120. We're in our 11th year. It will be starting in the 12th year in September, so it's not that far off. Not fired off. That's later. Um, let's see. Is there anything else? We're starting from the east, but we will first be taking check-ins from those short on time mobile or first-time check-ins. So please come down. Okay. And over here to the south, no, it's just there's obviously nobody mobile, short time or etc. So we're going to start from the east then. Let's go start right there. East, please come down.
KM4YRF.
Very good, Michael. Everything well? This is the first Wednesday I've done in a week or so.
I know. I even checked Signal to make sure that I didn't have a message to do the net.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, no, that's good. I don't mind. I've been doing it a long time. I don't know why I'd mind. I mean, it's almost like a job, isn't it?
Absolutely. I don't reckon I have anything else for the net, so I'll say back to net control.
All righty, very good. That was Michael, KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet. He fills in for me when I'm not available or I can't be available or I'm out of town or I forget. No, he'll jump in there if I forget to. No, usually it's related to if my wife has the day off because she works oftentimes she works both Wednesdays and Saturday nights, so it's when she has the time off on Wednesdays, I like to take the time off with her rather than spend it with you guys, and I'm pretty sure you'd understand. Who else is east? All righty, we got KM4HQE. There might have been a double in there, but how you doing, Stan?
Doing pretty well, Paul. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good for it always cracks me up. I'm going to be 76 this week, and I can't believe it. I don't feel like I'm 76. Well, my bones feel like I'm 76, but my brain says I'm about 46.
Yeah, my bones feel pretty old too, Paul.
Yeah, no. When I had my X-rays on my feet a couple of weeks ago, I said, you got arthritis in your feet. I go, well, that explains the pains.
Yeah, arthritis is no fun.
No, it's mine's not real bad though. It isn't real bad. I'm not, and I'm going to complain about it. I know that it's really funny when you're young. You don't you don't realize the advantage. You can stand up without actually grunting or going slow. You can just jump right up, and I can't do that anymore.
Me either.
Well, very good, Stan. Everything good on HF for you?
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to work doing though, Paul.
Oh yeah, you run out of. Well, it's like you catch the easy ones, and as you progress, they all get harder, don't they?
Yeah, I'm at 282 countries now, so it's getting harder.
I knew some old timers. They might still. They were up in a very active club up in the Buffalo area, and there were a couple three in the group, and they had 300. I don't even remember the number, but it was over 300. And of course, when the last two came up, or last three came up, they were standing up because he said everybody who's done 50, they did in the group meeting, they'd say, okay, everybody's had 50 DX, and so there'd be a bunch of people standing up, and okay, everybody got 75, and then see people sit down, and then another 100 people sit down, 150 sit down, all the way up to 300, and then there's two or three guys left standing, and of course the guy who was really on top, he goes, are all of those QSOs confirmed?
Yeah, it's getting harder to get to 300.
Oh, I can assure it is. I haven't even tried. It's like that friend of mine told me. He says, yeah, he started doing the what do you call it? What do they call that? The 100. And he goes, I didn't get there, so I started over.
Oh, that was funny, Paul.
Well, very good. That was Stan, KM4HQE. He's in Lebanon. Big DXer. And also does real good on 2 meters too. Who else is East?
Comment, Paul.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, on the day of the ham quest, will we still have the breakfast?
I'm saying probably no. Yeah, maybe we'll do it live. Hey, that's a thought. We could do it live from the ham quest.
All right.
No, I don't know what we'll do. I don't really know what to make of it. We can't really can't do anything. We could do it live. I don't know how though. I guess I could do it live on my handheld. That'd be pretty cool. It wouldn't be a breakfast though. It'd be like Simplex live on from the ham quest.
All right, that's interesting.
That's a thought. I was combining the breakfast with thinking about doing something live, but no. I think that now. Tell you what, I'll let you buy for everybody from the group here at the break truck. How's that?
No speaking English.
Yeah, that's right. No habla inglés.
All right, back to that control. Okay.
Very good. Who was that? Somebody else jumped in there. Who was that? Ah, very good. Well, you're saying hello, Richard. In fact, I just ran across a picture of you on some pictures I have here at the house here from one of the early breakfasts we had over here in that place that had the cowboy logo. I forget the name of it. It's closed now. It's, the one right up there on Northbound Juliet Road. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah, very good. That was Richard and his bride KI4SOSIB and his bride KI4SOR. Who else is? And he's mobile tonight. He's a little rough to me, but his little signal is about the same as at the house. He must be mobiling around Lebanon. Who else is east or north?
For RTR.
And for our Roll Tide Row, how you doing tonight?
That's it. That's it. All fine, Dandy. Just making sure, making sure all of my people at work aren't collapsing from heat exhaustion in this weather. That's about all I know these days.
I was surprised. I went and looked at the weather thing today at right around 4 o'clock, and it was 97 here.
Yes, yes. I don't know how many people know, but I'm over the construction materials testing. So my guys are the ones that are out there testing the concrete, running densities on the soil as earthworks going in. Just basically out there running around and
Oh, yeah. Instead of doing slump testing, you're just doing slumps.
That's right. Slump, air content, and making cylinders for us to break and big honking hydraulic press later. That's it.
Oh yeah, boy, that's no, it is tough. I was just telling my wife the other yesterday about because it was hot, and I said, well, until you have to go out and work on it, work outside in construction crews or road crews, you really don't know what hot is.
I'm just glad we don't do a lot of asphalt. When we do asphalt, ooh, that's when I send my guys out there with a big old cooler. I buy the Gatorade, I buy the ice, and that's it. So that's really all I know these days. Hope everyone else's vegetables gardening, vegetable garden, are doing okay. Mine got a little wilted today. That's really all I know. So I guess I'll put it back in that control.
Yeah, very good. That was West, November for Romeo Tango Romeo from over in the vicinity of Lebanon. Anybody else east or north?
KQ4 OMI.
Hold on one second. That was Dan. Who was the other party in there?
Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo barrel.
Okay, one more time on the Bravo Whiskey Charlie. I missed that. The Bravo Whiskey Charlie station. Could you give me a call again?
Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie.
Ah, okay, very good. I'm sorry, Jeff. I didn't recognize your call. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. You're doing good. It's just, I tell you, I'd give you a shout out. I haven't done it in a while. So, here it is, a shout out. Bye, Tina. Have a good one. You're doing a fabulous job, as always.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'll accept somewhat fabulous, but not really fabulous. That was Jeff. He's over in Lebanon. Whiskey. It's Whiskey Delta 4, right? Bravo Whiskey Charlie.
Correct.
Okay, very good. I kind of scribbled it down. I wasn't sure. Anyway, good to have you in there, Jeff. Jeff's in Lebanon as well, and he does the some of the big nets over in Lebanon, which are on the list. I'm not sure he's still doing them, but anyway, I think I heard Dan in there. Kilo Quebec 4 Oscar Mike India.
Yeah, I'm over here roasted in Hendersonville.
Oh man, you don't even need a barbecue, do you?
No, no. You know, I worked one summer at a foundry, and it was much like this.
Oh yeah. Well, I've only said it about 100 times, maybe 1,000 here on the net. But when I did 2 tours in the Middle East, you don't want to be there because it's over 100 regularly. It hit 100 and I think it was 120, 125, I think, and it is blistering.
Yeah, I grew up. I went to school in the Anza Borrego Desert out just off the mountains in San Diego, and yeah, blistering is it.
Oh, I can't imagine. Really, and obviously, how do they air condition the schools out there?
I mean, they weren't air conditioned usually. You just had the doors open, and but now that one in the desert was a new school, so it was we were high desert, so it wasn't as bad, but it was a new school, and it was all enclosed and air conditioned.
Yeah, I get a kick. I have told people about how the Middle East is because I knew just inherently I never had to do what they were doing, but when we had soldiers over in Afghanistan or over in Iran or Iraq in particular, and I said, you don't seem to understand. Those guys are in full combat uniforms, wearing 40 or 50 or 60-pound packs, and it's 100 and 115 degrees. You can't imagine what that's like. And when I told them about my experience, they'd say, yeah, but it was a dry heat, wasn't it? I go, um, when it's 125 degrees, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a dry heat. Yeah, like your oven.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead and stick your head in the oven and see what it feels like.
Yeah, that and then when I worked in the foundry for man, that was a very short while. That was hot, but you go in there, you wear a jacket to keep cool.
I can't imagine. I've worked around some things like that, but when I did some work around boilers and heavy equipment like that, it is. I don't know how to just. You can't even really explain it how hot it really is because if you've not experienced it, you can't imagine.
Yep, I told my dad I was going to go to school. I was going to go, I was going to work instead, and he got me a job there. And yeah, it didn't last. I went back to school.
It was a good life lesson, I say.
Yeah, yeah, sure was.
Well, very good, Dan. Anything else for the net?
No, no. Thanks for doing the net. KQ4
Very good. That's Dan in Hendersonville, Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Mike, Indy. Who else is north?
KO4, OKE, the
dancing man.
Ah, so you made it here twice. Yeah, had a good signal over here earlier today.
Ain't that something, Paul? I'm sitting over by the river, you know, a long day, and I've been sitting over by Yazoo Brewery. So thought I would try to see if I could check in there with you.
Well, you did a good job. Everything your day go well for you?
It did. My therapist kicked me out. He discharged me. Said he didn't want nothing else to do with me. That I'd already accomplished what we needed to accomplish. So that was a heads up. And then I had a good dance session with Santu today. So yeah, and then I came home and it was hot and I stayed home.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you use the word therapist without putting physical in front of it. People start to wonder about you.
Well, it wasn't like a hooker or nothing, that's for sure. But I get what you're saying. Of course, that might have something good for me too. Anyway, it was a good day, and I just thought I'd give you a shout out and see if I could reach out to you. So all is well here, Paul. Everything's going really well, and I'm glad I got a little quick time in. So I hope you have a really good evening. Appreciate you doing the next. And this is KO4OKE. The Dancing Man will be clear on your final 73.
Very good. That was Roy. He is in Madison, and it's Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Kilo Echo, and he had a 50 over signal to me, which is really big. I should have told him. Well, he's heard it now, but 50 over is a big signal. Who else is north?
WB0NOO.
Yeah, big signal and a nice audio. How you doing, Mark?
Doing well. Survived my trip downtown today and got back home and been hiding out, trying to stay cool.
You go downtown and hang around in an office building and suck up their air conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my cardiologist is down there, so I got to go visit. And that was good. You know, at least it got me out of the house.
Yeah, except I don't like going into Nashville during the day. The traffic getting there and getting back stinks, and the downtown business, busy, it stinks. No fun.
Yeah. And they told me they were going to do a stress test. And I said, I just drove for an hour to get here. That ought to be a good enough stress test.
Was it really an hour to get downtown?
Almost. Over to the, kind of back behind Baptist Hospital. Now, when you're old, you go down Lebanon Road all the way, as Robin says. That's what all the old folks do.
I hear you. Yeah, we've talked about that before because it's what. Besides, getting from your location up to the interstate takes a good about 25 minutes.
Yeah, it does. About 20 minutes to get to the interstate, and then you never know where it's going to stop.
No, that's the problem, is it? But again, I understand why you would take Lebanon Road to go into town because it's a straight shot into there. You just got to deal with the traffic there too.
Yep. Anyway, all's good over here. Happy birthday. When is your actual birthday?
Oh, it's on field day, 28th.
Okay. Well, now you can tell people like I did that you were, they ask you what your age is, and you tell them you're equal to the number of trombones in the big parade.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's like my son said. I got a kick out of that when he was about 14 or 15, and it was about 19. It was about 2000. I don't remember 2000, 2001. And he says, "Hey," there was like this big revelation. He goes, "Hey, you were born in the first half of the last century."
That's true. And that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we made it this far. That's for sure. Because It's that lots of people don't make it this. It's amazing, really. I say lots. I don't know how many is the percentage, but I've lost a lot of friends over the years, over the last 10 years.
Oh yeah, and it only gets worse. And my dad told me one time. He says the worst part of getting old is seeing your friends die.
Oh yeah, no, it's like my mother said. She goes, "There's almost nobody left." She was 90, 89, I think, when I brought her here, and she said there was almost nobody left in my old neighborhoods that I would even know. They're all gone, or they're in nursing homes. So it just wasn't much fun being there. Anyway, anything else?
Nope, that's enough. Carry on, WB0NOO.
And we don't want to turn it into a commiserating net or a health net. All right, that was Mark, Whiskey Bravo Zero, November, Oscar up in Northwest Wilson, up by the lake. Who else is north?
Kitty for Juliet.
Hello, Danny. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Sitting here eating some supper.
Well, your signal is noisy. Was there something going on around your house?
No, not really. No.
No, it is. It's got a lot of static in it. Is it the same for you, Michael?
Nope, it's crystal clear to me.
Okay, it's on my end then. I don't know what's going on.
I noticed 6-7. I was listening to a couple talk there a while ago, and they sounded awful, but I had the repeater full of 12.
Oh wow. Oh, there's some kind of stuff going on. It's those danged Russians or Ukrainians or I know it's the Iranians.
There you go.
Well, very good. Anything good for the net?
I got a good ticker. Everything checked out.
A good ticker, you say? A ticker. That sounds like that's what my grandfather used to call it.
Yeah. No blockages, no leaking, nothing. He said I had a young person heart.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, I think you keep pretty active, from what I hear.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that's half the battle, really, is keeping active. Because if you just become a couch potato, all your muscles start to go away, including your heart.
Yeah. And I'm 10 weeks to quit smoking.
Oh, that's awesome. I was just thinking I don't think about that too often because I used to smoke, but it was either yesterday or day before yesterday. I went, how long ago did I quit? And I can't believe it. It's been 36 years since I've had a cigarette.
Oh wow. I think 10 weeks is correct.
Oh no, 10 weeks is terrific. Don't ever think you can have one and you can just have one, because you can't. I think it's almost like drinking. I wouldn't know. I wasn't an alcoholic, but you just or drugs. You just can't take one and go, oh, I'll just try this. Nah, I failed that test a couple of times over the years.
Oh, I know. I've quit before, and that's what did it.
Oh yeah, I did. I said, oh no, I'll just have a cigar. And then I got hooked on cigars. Then a pipe. No, I got hooked on a pipe. Then it was back to cigarettes.
Yep, because the cigars got too expensive.
Oh yeah, and they stink and they're a pain in the butt, and nobody else likes them.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Anything else for the net, Danny?
No, I'll get you on the next one.
Okay, very good. Congratulations on quitting smoking. It isn't impossible. A lot of people say they can't, but it's possible. You can do it. I mean, I smoked for 20 something years, and you can do it. And man, it's the best thing I ever did for my health. I'm pretty sure I'd be dead or disabled by now if I hadn't quit smoking. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, again, congratulations, Danny. That was Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. It's Danny and Station Camp up near Cottontown. And congratulations to anybody who can quit smoking, and promote anybody who should quit smoking, because smoking it will destroy your health over time. It just doesn't seem like it. One cigarette at a time. Anyway, who else is, or one cough at a time? That's one of the reasons I quit. Who else is north?
November 8th, November Hotel Tango.
November 8th, November Hotel Tango. Hold on one second. TJF, Rick, I got you in there. Hold on one second. Everything going well for you there, Hayes?
Yeah, I just got done with my son. He made a travel soccer team, so I just took him out to the soccer fields, and we were kicking the ball and kicking the ball back and forth. And then another guy who had a couple kids they needed a goalie for a while, so he was playing there, practicing with these other kids that are serious about soccer. So, we went fishing for walleye and stuff like that. He hasn't had much time to play. He's been doing a bunch of other things.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that news today about soccer in the news?
Negatory, whatever.
There's you know, every country, well, almost every country in the nation has a men's and women's national soccer team, like our Olympic soccer team, that kind of thing. And in this case, it was Sweden is the women's soccer team. And I think they're rated 37th, if I read that correctly, 37th in the world. Now that doesn't make them great, but it doesn't make them lousy either, because you have to be pretty good to make a national soccer team in any of the European countries. And they were preparing for some other games, and they decided to play a game against an under 15 team in Sweden, boys, an under 15 boys team. They lost 7-1. The girls did.
Yeah, the same thing happened to the U.S. team, and I didn't like a lot of the members of the U.S. team. All they did is whine and complain and cry discrimination, cry a bunch of stuff, and most all that stuff was debunked. And then they lost to the under 14 or under 15 boys team in the U.S. So I don't know. All these activists and these whiners, I get tired of those people. And you know, it's a U.S. women's soccer team that was doing it. That's a soapbox I could get on. They annoyed me. Um, but yeah, I guess I can get on here and be cranky and sit there and complain about stuff. You know.
Well, it isn't that it's even it shouldn't even be surprising to anyone. The issue, at least the way I saw it, was with like the complaints about women wanted the same pay in NBA, you know, basketball and in hockey. I noticed they don't play football either, but they want the same money. I said, yeah, but you don't draw the same crowds. And there's a reason you don't same crowds is because it's not as exciting as men's for reasons that seem kind of obvious because they don't play at the same level as men do. And it's not as well, they just don't play. I don't want to characterize it. They're very skilled people. Don't get me wrong. You have to be skilled to play soccer. Very skilled. And just that men do it so much faster and so much better. So it's really not even comparing normal things. It's like saying I don't bowl as good as Hayes does, but I want to get paid twice as much. You know.
Well, you probably bowl a lot better than me. Yeah, I know. It's just a reality check, and it's nothing but it's annoying when you have to dance around and play games and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I could complain more, but I won't. I did pretty good today, you know. So, anyways, Paul K4PW, I'm going to turn it back to Net so I don't sit here and go on like a lunatic. K4PW, this is November 8th, November Hotel Tango. Back to that, my friend.
Yeah, very good. That was Hayes in Hendersonville, November 8th, November Hotel Tango. Rick, I heard you in there.
Yeah, man. I was so short on time. I missed the short on time entry there.
Well, if you missed it short on time, you have to talk a long time now.
Okay, well, we can do that. Hey, man, I didn't know you was into hockey.
Oh, hockey. Oh, I played a lot of street hockey. I used to do a lot of ice skating. Used of course, that again, you know, when you're a kid growing up, you play everything that's around, you know.
But I do see that you are a soccer fan, too.
No, not really. I have messed around with the soccer ball, but no, I never. Well, truth be told, I'll tell you this story. It was when we were in the Middle East. Back to the Middle East story. There was a British ship, the USS, the HMS Zulu, Zulu, very famous name ship. Was in the same in Bahrain Harbor in the Persian Gulf when we were there, and they challenged us to a game of soccer. The only time I saw a soccer ball was on a TV, and I thought that was the dumbest sport on the planet. We ended up playing soccer against British men who had grown up with. We looked like a bunch of morons out there.
Yeah, yeah, sure about hilarious. Get me out there, man. This is some laughter. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I think it takes some skill. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna stick to football and coffee.
Yeah, well, again, it's like any sport. It doesn't matter which one it is. It all takes a level of skill to play at that top level. It's a God-given gift to be able to play that well with that kind of athleticism. Soccer is an extraordinary. If you ever watch some of the top players on YouTube, even if you don't like soccer, and you see their ability to do the ball handling and to make the moves they do, and the accuracy at which they can handle that ball, it's stunning, really, just stunning.
100%, I agree. yeah, it's fantastic what people can do. Even in football, sometimes like, what in the world is happening? Yeah, it's an amazing amount of talent. And yeah, anyway, like I say, man, I appreciate you letting me check in. I busted into your time there, but I didn't want to miss the net. Thank you for letting me check in. Thanks for what you do, Paul.
I don't think I could stop you, man. All I can do is ignore you. You say I can't. Rick's calling. I can't hear him. No, you're good. That was Rick. He's in West Ashland City, out in the boondocks. That's Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. Who else is north? North or west?
KN4 ERI.
Hey, very good, Eric. Hey, by the way, you know that file you sent me? I put it in the computer and I went to upload it. I opened that file in the Chirp software. You with me so far? I mean, that's the simple stuff. And then when I went to upload it, it said, no, that's not the kind of file you can upload because I don't know, some restriction. I don't know what it was. So now I have to copy and paste stuff from each line into the file.
Oh, bummer. I don't know. I thought it'd be easier than that. You just put it in there, but yeah, I guess not.
No, I thought it would be perfect. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've done things like that, and this time I said, no, okay. I just haven't done it yet because the last couple of days my wife was off from work, so I don't take time sitting around here wrestling with my computer.
Yeah, I hear you there. Well, maybe if I hit the breakfast, I'll bring a little thumb drive or something with it on there too. I guess unless you have it all copied over by then.
Oh no, I've got the whole thing. I don't need it again. I got it all. It's saved. We're all good. It's just that I can't do it the way that I wanted to do it. Now I have to just take the file and copy and paste it. It's just a regular CSV file.
Yeah, pretty much that's it. So you got the antennas up. Did you make any other contacts or anything on the radio, or you still got to get it, downloaded and programmed?
No, I got to get the program and then upload it into the radio, and then I'll be fine.
All right, sounds good. That's about it. So you're doing well, foot's good, and staying off the roof when it's this hot out.
Oh yeah. In fact, I think I found another mast I can use to get that antenna. One of these two antennas, either the 220 antenna or the I don't know which one I'm going to put on. I got a mast that's about 30 foot tall, so at the top of a 30-foot mast instead of a 15-foot mast.
Hey, that sounds pretty good. You could put a little, I don't know what you want to call it, a pitchfork thing on there, and put them both up there. They're far enough frequency apart. You could put them both up there. That's what I did. I think I have 3 antennas on a 25-foot mast.
Oh well, how far apart are they?
Not very far. They're about maybe 2.5 to 3 feet is about it. But they're one's a 10 meter, one's a 220, and one's a GMRS. So they're pretty far off frequency wise.
Oh yeah, really. I don't think it would matter. I mean, I guess you could say that there's some interference. It's like when I heard somebody who, I don't remember who it was now. They said, "Oh man, the problem with putting up a beam antenna, by mounting in the middle of a beam, with the way it's mounted, it's not an end mount. It mounts, you slap it on the side of them." And they go, "Well, the beam, the mast interferes." Well, yeah, I guess so. It interferes, but it's negligible though.
Yeah, I copy that. That's all I had. I didn't have a tower or anything, so I got creative and I drew it out, and I had to go through a few different phases of it to get it work, but it works. And if you get bored, you can check it out on QRZ. I call it the pitchfork.
I'll take a look. I will. Anything else for the net there, Eric?
That's it, Paul. Thanks for doing the net.
All right, that was Eric, Kilo November 4 Echo Romeo, India, just one Romeo there, in Goodlettsville. And again, always a big signal because you got 900-foot elevation up there. It's like the Mount Everest of Middle Tennessee. Who else is north or west? Hey, how are you doing, Greg?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I've been 15 years in 1 week since I quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, and you don't realize how destructive. Like I said, I don't think you just thought it was that destructive when you were smoking, did you?
Well, I mean, destructive to your clothes and your carpeting and your upholstery in your vehicle.
Oh yeah, it's. I came out of a business one time and I jumped into my car. It wasn't my car. It was an identical car. And I jumped in. The first thing I noticed was It looks clean and it smells clean. And I got back out of the car.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, it was when I made the decision to do it. It was easy, but I through some last minute change of plans. I let the stars align where family was out of town for a week. That same week I was off work. Nobody to bother me or to go. How's that smoking coming?
Yeah, no, it's not that I think that the little I went to a little I call it a therapy session. I guess it was a company that you paid to help you quit smoking. It took me 8 days, but it's no big deal. And one of the things I remember him saying was in the session, I don't know what you call it, the little meetings we'd have. He says, "You're not really quitting smoking. You just don't smoke anymore."
Yeah, and I've had absolutely no desire. I mean, not even an inkling of desire, which I'm so glad. I know that's not that way for everybody. I was sick of it. I hadn't enjoyed it in many, many, many years. I was just feeding the monkey.
Yeah, one of the reasons, well, there's lots of reasons I quit, but I was in a meeting one time, a seminar that I wanted to record so I could hear just record the speaker so I could take notes later. And I had my tape recorder sitting in front of me. And as I replayed the tape, I could hear myself every few minutes because I had to clear my throat because smoking it causes you caused me that problem. Anyway, now I have the other problem. I have it now instead that I didn't have after I quit smoking. Everything was great. Anyway, anything else for the net, Greg?
Now that I know we mentioned this before. I put on the obligatory 20 pounds. That I lost once I reset my thermostat, your body thermostat. That's basically what you got to do. Anyway, KD4CV.
Oh man, you were lightweight, man. I went from 212 to 285. And that's when I said, I think I had to go to the gym and start working this stuff off. And I did. And I'm back down to, well, that was like in 1991, so that's a long time ago. Now that's 34 years ago. And man, that was a killer going to the gym after not doing it for a long, 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 long time. Thought I was going to die. All righty. That was Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie, Victor Echo, another ex-smoker or non-smoker, really just a non-smoker. Who else is? And he's in Antioch. Soon to be in, well, pretty soon to be in Hendersonville. So beware up in Hendersonville. Who else is West?
KG4ILV.
I already started to write it down, Jake.
Well, I've been 17 years without a drink of alcohol.
Oh, that's very good. That's I actually believe that's harder than cigarettes.
Well, I still miss a good glass of wine with a nice meal. Other than that, I don't miss it.
Yeah, that was one of the things about even smoking. You would say, if I quit smoking, what am I going to do? Like I'm faced with a problem, like a technical problem, and I got to sit back and ponder what I'm going to do next in a technical problem. And I'd say, what am I going to do when I'm just sitting there pondering it? Because normally you'd light up a cigarette and, sit there and think about it. You needed a cigarette to think. And so then you realize you don't need nothing.
Yeah, that's right. It's a lot of just in your head.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I know the other one that kind of cracks me up when I think about it. He says, if you'll notice, if you're a smoker, he says, when you're leaving the house, first thing you do is you check, okay, and your pants, you tap your pants to make sure you got your lighter in your pocket, and you tap your shirt to see if you got a pack of cigarettes in your pocket. And if it feels thin, you pull it out and you start counting the number of cigarettes, which is so true. And then you go get another pack just in case so you don't run out.
Yeah, because you know you're going to run out. Well, I got my first tomatoes in today. I got 3 big old Whoppers, Park Whoppers in.
What kind are they?
It's called Parks. That's the brand, the seed Parks Whoppers.
Are those like no, the beefsteak tomatoes?
Yeah, they're big. They're like softball size.
Oh wow! And they have a good taste.
Oh yeah, they're good flavor. But we've had so much rain, they've come out early because my grandfather used to say if you get tomatoes by the 4th of July, you're doing well.
Were they growing so fast they start to split?
No, they said it.
I'm just curious. Just curious. No, I can't believe how much. Maybe I'm wrong, but this June, because of the rain in the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks, This is the greenest June I think I remember in Tennessee, and I've been here 14 years.
Yeah, it's about the most rain I ever remember too. But anyway, I'll let somebody else check in. Thanks for doing that, Paul. KG4 LV.
Yeah, very good. That's Jack in Donaldson, Kilo Golf for India, Lima, Victor. Big signal again. Big signal and a medium-sized garden growing maters and all kinds of stuff, and even some. I think I told him I once grew when I lived in Florida. I had to grow a garden because it just seemed like the right thing to do, and grew tomatoes and okra. And yeah, I know he's growing okra. I think he's still growing. You still growing okra?
Well, the rain kind of slowed away down.
Okay, very good. Anyway, just curious. Yeah, it's fun. Gardening is fun, but it's also that four-letter word, work. Who else is West? Man, your signal's really lousy today. Well, your audio is real lousy. How you doing there? Wow, couldn't even make out what you just said there, Don. Well, that's really distorted. I'm not sure what's going on, but your signal is the worst I think I've ever heard it.
I can hear him pretty well.
Okay, what did he say?
He said he couldn't believe his audio was crummy.
Yeah, that's funny. Mike's getting Mike does have a little better elevation the way he's got his where he is and with his antenna than me, but obviously it makes a big difference because I can barely understand what you're saying.
Don, your signal's lower to me than normal.
No, you're doing a little better now. It's just noisy to me. There's a lot of noise, and I think I might be having a problem locally.
Yeah, your signal improved to me too then.
No, you're doing fine. It's just that I think that there's some local conditions that are making your signal to me bad. All right. Anything good for the net tonight, Dan? Don? Ah, wow. Must have been pretty bad. Everybody says that when they get of that certain age, you know. Hey, I've been around this block too many times to do it again. Did you tell him you were looking for a job when you found this one? Well, I hope it works out well for you. It's you're a talented guy. I'm sure somebody will pick you up. Yeah. Well, if you have to downgrade to like a travel trailer, that might be a problem, huh? Yeah. Well, very good. Yeah, you're seeing. I'm just not copying as well as I'd like to. But anything else? Yeah, very good. That's Don. He's in Bon Aqua, but he usually has a much better signal. I'm not sure who's copying him, but he's got a big signal out of Bon Aqua, which is west of Nashville. And that's November 4 Delta Juliet Tango. Who else is west?
KC4, TNQ.
Hello, Charles. What's up? You feeling better?
Oh, yeah, everything's healing up. Everything's going good. Just too hot to get out and do anything.
Well, you can't go out in the sun anyway.
No, I was trying to belt fall apart.
Well, I mean, if you had that thing on your face taken care of, you certainly wouldn't want to stick that out in the sun.
Oh, no, well, it just wore
sunscreen on, so you know how it is.
Oh yeah. Well, people actually forget about that, and they forget that over in this kind of weather, 30 minutes out in the sun is murder on your skin.
Well, yeah, being light complected like I am, you know, it's even worse. You know, 30 minutes or 45 minutes out, and you know, you almost start to burn. So, you know, I waited too long to try to do something about it, and now it's catching up to me.
Oh yeah, I know. I spent a lot of time in construction out in the sun, and I spent a lot of time in the Navy out in the sun, and I spent a lot of time goofing off in Florida in the beaches and fishing out in the sun. So I've had more than my share.
Yeah, we kind of think what we did in the past. We kind of want to change some of it, but you know, what is what is.
Yeah, well, you can't go backwards, can you? Well, I hope it all works out good for you, which I think sounds like it did.
Oh yeah, on that one, I still got another one to go, and it'll be in July. So they wanted this one to do that real good first. So anyway, Paul, thanks for picking me up, and we'll catch you on the next one, KC4. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. That was Charles. He's in West Nashville. Big signal tonight. That's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Who else is west? Down to the south. Well, I think Tony actually is up in where the neck of the woods where I was. Actually, Tony KN4. I think it was calling a second. KF4K. Dang it. KF4 KCF. No. KF. I can't. It escapes me for the moment. You think I wouldn't forget that one? But anyway, he was actually going to the Football Hall of Fame up in Canton on his way up to Niagara Falls, and he was going to be stopping, I think, to see the Ark up in Kentucky, and he was going to go to see all the big sites around the Niagara Falls area, both in Canada and on the American side. So a lot of good stuff to see if you ever get up there. Anyway, anybody else, any place, anywhere?
KF4, KFQ.
Yeah, there you go. KFQ, KF4, KFQ. Are you checking in for him?
Yes.
Anyway, anybody else, any place, anywhere? Very good. We got Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor. Good to have you in there. A little noisy, but I got you in there. Everything all right? Very good. That was Larry, Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor in Rockville. Signal was a little poor to me. Was it better to you, Michael?
No, it was not good to me at all.
Yeah, it was really noisy. Anyway, anybody else, please check in. Anybody I missed? We're going around the compass here. All right, now's the time we're calling all dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater kachunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, moon occupied by aliens, and those that are denied, and also the fact that the backside of the moon is occupied by foreign countries and they're mining over there. We don't even know what they're doing. Flat earthers, flat earth deniers, scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, and end time survivalists. Anybody else?
Oh, I fall into one of those. K1S3.
Hey, hold on one second, Scott. There was a other weaker station. And who was that other station? Who was that other station? I'm sorry. One more time on that. Oh, very good. You must be on your handheld again there, LLC. Logan, you on a handheld? Man, you need to get an external antenna hooked up to that handheld. Hey, you just get one of those roll up J poles and you thumbtack it to the roof of the sitting out on the porch. Yeah, very good. So my signal's pretty good to you on that handheld? Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, it's a little frustrating on a handheld because you don't get out as well, so everybody doesn't understand. So hold on one second. Michael, you hear him okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a pretty good, you probably have a better signal than I do. Yeah, very good. Anything good for the net there, Logan? All righty. Well, I hope you can. That was Logan. He's on the handheld on the porch. That's Kilo November 4 Lima Lima Charlie. I'm sure most of you couldn't hear him, but Michael and I are in a well, maybe Stan over in Lebanon can hear him pretty good, and I think there's other stations around that they can hear pretty good. But anyway, Logan in Lebanon, Kilo November 4 Lima Lima Charlie. Scott, it's over you.
Well, you didn't say what was the score between the Navy and the Brits.
Oh, I think we stopped after probably 15. I mean, it was awful. And you never, really, we looked like a bunch of idiots. Maybe that we had somebody on our side that actually knew what they were doing, but I don't remember seeing them do it because we were running around in a dusty field, like well, Bahrain is like a desert. So it was just, I don't even know why we did it. Truthfully, we're a bunch of morons.
That disappoints me. I was hoping you were going to say y'all stomped them.
Oh, you wish. People who grow up with soccer don't get stomped by English by Americans.
No, they don't. They don't. The school I went to had a soccer team. Didn't have football because, hey, soccer's pretty cheap to maintain.
Oh, soccer and now lacrosse is a big sport in a lot of schools.
Yeah, don't talk about hockey though. Good gosh, that's an expensive hobby.
Well, it is. If for no other reason, you got to build a rink.
Yeah, that's the truth. My son, Junior, there used to play in an adult league in Nashville, and he was a goaltender, and so he really forked out some money. So they would always waive the fees, whatever the fees were called. I don't know the price to pay. He didn't have to do it.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can't imagine paying for goalie gear either.
Yeah, I said, why aren't you playing now? He said, are you serious?
No, it's well that puck. That's when I was growing up, nobody wore face masks and nobody wore hockey. The goalies didn't wear face masks and the players didn't wear masks or helmets. And now when when you look back at those old films, they look like a bunch of stupid people with nothing on their heads.
Yeah, that Paul Newman movie Slapshot that sums it all up.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's true though that hockey is dangerous for lots of reasons. Guys running around with very sharp blades on their feet and sticks. They're carrying large sticks that hurt when they hit with them, and they also got a hockey puck that's moving sometimes at 110 miles an hour, and that's a frozen piece of rubber.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it. All right, well, I've got nothing else for the net. K1SPD.
Yeah, very good. Anyone else? That was, by the way, that was Scott. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta in Laverne. Anybody else?
KE4TWI.
Man, we're having a big night here. Must be. It was too hot to go outside. I'm telling you. How you doing, Wes?
I'm doing good. I mean, I was outside. I mowed and weeded. But it took a while to recover from that. Otherwise, I'm sorry I'm late. I was at the local meeting of Flat Earth Deniers, so we got it all taken care of.
Yeah, I just wish it was a flat Earth, man. I wouldn't even. I could put my antenna on the, just stick it up on the porch and we'll go everywhere.
Yeah, that'd make VHF a lot better. No, things are good in Possum Town. Um, Back to you, KE4TWI.
Yeah, that was Wes. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. I thought about mowing the lawn, but that was enough work, and I realized, nope, I'll do it tomorrow morning when it's still, maybe tomorrow evening when it gets cool. But we're supposed to get scattered thunder showers the next 3 or 4 days, so I don't know what we're going to do with more rain. All righty, anybody else out there, please come now. Heard somebody break squelch. Did you copy that, Mike?
No, it was Lucas and Gallatin, I heard.
No, I heard Logan and Gallatin earlier. Lima Lima Charlie. Did you copy that, Wes?
Lucas and Gallatin, Kilo Romeo 4. Give me your call again. It's Kilo Romeo 4 Echo Mike Hotel, Lucas. And my antenna's not on him. I'm hearing him off the side.
Yeah, all I heard was a squelch break. That was it. That's all Michael could hear as well. So Obviously, he's not doing. I say, well, I hope you I appreciate you jumping in there, Lucas. I think this is the first time you've been in here. It's Kilo Romeo for Echo Mike, and I'll get a relay from Wes if you come back to me. But I'm pretty sure it's your first time checking in, isn't it?
Hotel.
What's hotel? Ah, very good. I was able to copy much of that, Lucas. Kilo Romeo for Echo Mike Hotel. Yeah, and I appreciate you checking in. We're here every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 o'clock for the 2 meter net, and look forward to hearing from you again. I don't know if you guys copied that or not.
Did you copy that, Lucas?
Yeah, I'm not copying anything at the moment. Yeah, that was a little rough copy. We got Lucas in there from Gallatin, Kilo Romeo for Echo Mike Hotel. Hopefully, we'll hear from him again, and I'll try to see if he's on email there, and I'll just send him a little note. Appreciate him being there. Is anybody else out there tonight? All righty, well, they're going to call that a day. We had actually a huge Wednesdays. Usually we have anywhere from 12 to 15 or 16, and tonight we had 22, which is quite a lot, really, for a Wednesday. Because even on Saturdays, we only get about 25 on 2 meters or so. Anyway, appreciate everybody who checked in. And we're going to move over to 446 415, unless I hear somebody complain. Well, it can't be a general complaint. It has to be a complaint about checking in. All righty, 446 415. Let me, I'll be there in a moment. Is this where I need to be? I'm on the frequency, but is it 446 415.3? Does that sound good?
Yep.
Cool. I got to get that programmed in there. I still don't know how to. By the way, I looked that up. I cannot calibrate this without opening up the radio and doing the calibration with a O-scope.
Oh, gee.
No big deal. I'll just leave this frequency in this way. All righty, this is K4P. By the way, I'm on this radio. I only have 20 watts. So if to me it's kind of like a semi-low power test, but we're going to go ahead and look for checkers. You don't have to be that low power though. You should be able to hear most of you. Who else? Who is where I was starting here? East, please come now.
KM4YRF and Logan was in there as well.
All right, LLC, that's Logan, and we got Michael, KM4YRF. By the way, that's Kilo November for Lima Lima Charlie. Logan in Lebanon, and Mike here in Montreal. Who else is east? Anybody else east or north?
KN4 ERI.
All right, oh, very good. Eric, there was another weaker station, a much weaker station in there. Say that again. That was, by the way, that was Eric, KN4 ERI. Who else was there? Ah, very good. KE4 TWI, got that. That's Wes up in Possum Town. Who else? All righty, up. Nobody else north? KD4GON. That's Danny in Station Camp. Who else?
KQ4OMI.
KQ4OM. That's Dan in Hendersonville. Who else is north? North or west?
KG4LV.
How's my signal to you over there in over the Nashville area there, Jack?
I've got an 8 on the meter.
Oh, that's pretty big. That's pretty good. I just don't know. Danny, how did you copy me up in Gallatin, up in that Station Camp? I guess I lost Danny. How about Dan in Hendersonville?
Pretty well.
Okay, very good. So just being sure, because like I said, I'm only doing 20 watts. That's all the radio has. I should move over to my other radio that's got 85 watts. That would do it. Who else is east, north or east? Excuse me, north or west? No idea who that was. You got a relay?
Greg.
Wow. Okay, that's KD4 CVE with a really noisy noise. Not a very big signal to me anyway. Greg, come back again. Yeah, that's rough. I didn't even get any signal. I got nothing on the meter. Nothing. It's zero. You had zero signal strength, and could tell somebody was talking, but I didn't know who it was. Anyway, that's Kilo Delta 4. Charlie Victor Echo with obviously an antenna not high enough issue, I guess. Who else is west?
KC4 TNQ. Yes, I did.
Very good. You sound great, Charles. That's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. You almost sound better here than you do on 2 meters.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. You sound better on 440 than you do on 2 meters. But your signal was actually a little bit more than you were last week. And for some reason, you were even stronger than well, I forget, but the one in Donaldson, Jack. You were stronger than Jack, but the audio quality was the same.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think just going to be conditions issues because it really just sounds like you're here in Mount Juliet today.
Yeah, really good signal on 440. I was surprised.
Yeah, very good. That was Charles in West Nashville reporting good signals between him and me. Obviously, they're just better conditions altogether. And that's Charles in West Nashville. Who else is west?
Comment.
Go ahead, Mike.
Man, I had a great copy on Charles on 440. I couldn't even hear him on 2 meters.
Oh, that's wild, isn't it?
It is. It's just amazing.
Who do we write to complain at the federal government? All righty. Who else is west, please? Or south?
K1 SPD.
Very good. Good to have you in there, Scott. That's Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. You sound really good. How well did you copy Greg from where you are, CVE?
I do not recall.
Well, then you probably didn't hear him well. Because I don't think you copy Antioch that well, do you?
No, not really. I copied the fellow who's that ERI. What's his name? I get him good on 2 meter and 220, and of course Michael also.
Oh, yeah, Eric up in Goodlettsville. He's like I said, he's at 900 feet, and that doesn't include his antenna height. And he's really got a big signal.
Yes, I will agree. K1 SPD.
Yeah, very good. That's Scott, K1 SPD, and he is in Laverne. Anybody else on 70 centimeters? Well, we broke, I don't know if it's a record, but we had 11 check-ins on 70 centimeters tonight, which was good. 11 check-ins on, 70 centimeters. Sometimes I don't know what I even said. All right. Well, we're going to move over to 220, over to 28.415, unless there's somebody else checking in. All right. That's where we're going. 28.415. We'll see you there. K4P then. Sounds a little noisy in here, but oh, I think I got some feedback or something. It sounds funny. Looking for check-ins here on 10 meters. Please come now. Very good. Are you copying me okay? Huh. Oh, well. I don't even see it. It looks like I have no power out when I look at my meter, but maybe it doesn't. You'd think it would show the power. That's weird. All right. Who else we got anywhere, any place for on 10 meters? Yeah, there's something. Hold on. I'm looking at my testing. 1, 2, 3. I see the power out. I just don't see very much, and it's weird. Hold on. Let me try tuning again. All right, we'll try that again. I don't know how well I'm doing. I'm actually hearing some feedback in my headphones, so I don't know what's going on there. All right, we're looking for check-ins from, I heard Danny, KD4GON. Who else we got? North. All right, we got Eric, KD4, KN4, ERI. Who else? North. Very good. Kilo Quebec 4 OMI. How is everybody hearing everybody else? Because it seems low tonight to me. Is it, or is it just me? All right. That's Kilo Quebec 4 OMI. That's Dan in Hendersonville. Who else we got? North. All right, there was 2 in there, but Hayes 1, November 8, November Hotel Tango in Hendersonville. Who else is north? All right, WB0NOO. Who else is north? That was Mark here in Northwest Wilson. Who else? Anybody else north? All righty, over at west. All right, you sound pretty good tonight there, Greg. I'm Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Who else? West. Yeah, got Jack in there with a good signal as well. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is west? Very good. Kilo Charlie 4, Tango November Quebec. It's Charles in West Nashville. Who else is west? West or south? Very good. You sound pretty good tonight there, Scott. That's Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere, please come now. Oh, cool. I'm not hearing any other stations other than ours, though. Yeah, cool. Cool. Anyway, we had 11 check-ins there as well on 28.415. Anybody else want to check in before we go over to 223.415? All right, that's where we're going. 223.415, and I'll be closing out the YouTube video. Appreciate everybody who checked in.